into each other in African history. I mean, that's just human history. So of course, a lot of us now, our society, we wouldn't dare do it. It's not a part of our culture, but that doesn't mean it didn't exist.
Right, and there's other cultures where people, women are groomed, pretty much, and they put, pair them up with people who they think, will be best, and sometimes those guys are older. I'm sure I'm not sure if they're in their teens, but I know it's like situations where it could be gaps. When I seen a guy who's been my landlord. He was a Pakistani guy. His wife had to be 20 something. He was like 50. You know what I mean? So yeah, you see that. Definitely.
Indeed. I want to switch gears real quick. I'm gonna share my screen for you brothers because I seen something on IG, and this is straight conspiracy theory and shit, but it brought up a good question in my eyes, and I want to get everybody's perspective on this. So allow me to share my screen real quick, brothers, real quick. 1 second.
Y'all are so crazy. I've read a lot of comments about me, and little do they know I was behind the whole operation, not knowing that I've made millions of dollars off of your opinion. Let me tell you how I made this money. First off, I actually got a call from one of my good business buddies, Arnold Collabor. He liked that dark coffee. He called me and told me it was my time. He said, I'm about to get you millions of dollars. And I was all ears because there's money involved. He said, we're going to put this out on Lifetime. A series of allegations against me, which the world already know. So immediately I got on the phone with all the women that I used to talk to back then that was good friends of mine. And I told them, I said, this is our chance to make millions of dollars. I even paid my ex-wife off to be a part of this. So stop. I finessed you.
By a fan. But the question is interesting. Did R. Kelly and Lifetime set this up for financial gain, in your opinion?
I don't know. I mean, I don't put I look at everybody's faces. I mean, look, it wasn't doctored or nothing, right? I don't like it was doctored, nothing he said. It could be possible. It could be definitely possible. You know what I'm saying? Who was that? Jack Triller? From This Is 50, right? That was his page?
Yeah, Jack Triller posted it, but it was an IG from John_Hunt2743. That's who gets credit for that. And you could tell that it was R. Kelly's. It was R. Kelly, obviously, but it was put over another voice. So he voiced over on another video. But like I said, it's a real interesting question, man. Like, all right, how much money did Lifetime make off this series? How much backlash did they get off of this? How many people did this really piss off to where we got these kind of videos going on and F. R. Kelly, but meanwhile, Spotify views and listens are going through the roof, but then they're dropping music, and meanwhile, R. Kelly's sitting back winning. Now we got criminal investigations going on. Is all this just a big-ass distraction?
Real coming out, man. That's my next thing, man. So we got the government slow down, the government shut down. You know, I always say, you know, whenever the government is trying to sneak something over on us, man, the McRib comes out. So that's why I'm waiting, you know. This it sounds about right, man. It might be a big conspiracy thing going on, man. But seriously, it's all a distraction, man. It's a distraction from the real conversations that need to happen, like the conversations about child pedophilia, about incest, about the black family, the problems that we have as a black family. This is all a distraction and a way to break us up, split us up.
Yeah, I have a tendency to believe that could happen. I'm gonna be honest with you, because we're talking about free market enterprise. Reality TV is TV. Everything's reality TV. It doesn't make sense that you wait almost 30 years to start talking about this individual. I could see R. Kelly getting a cut. I can see that. I wouldn't be surprised, man.
Well, they are using his image and his likeness and some of his clips on what I hear. So I don't know how that would be possible without him being able to sue and get a cut. Somebody can't just come out with a video with all your stuff, and you know what I mean? So, it could be possible. So we'll see.
I mean, and then you see TMZ and you see all these major media outlets pushing the fact that he may be criminally charged off a Lifetime docuseries and this and that. And they're controlling the masses and controlling the narrative very, very well. And we hang off of anything that they say and react off of anything that they say. They ain't stupid. They know that. So although this isn't something that, I mean, obviously this isn't being brought out in the mainstream media. I don't know if anybody's even raising this question but us, but you got to wonder.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm concerned about is what's becoming a precedent. Because you're telling me that, I mean, I'm a YouTube creator. If 300 YouTubers come together and say Khonsu is the devil, and they keep doing it, and Khonsu did this and Khonsu did that, I can face criminal charges because 200 regular folks start talking bad about me. That's what I'm concerned about, like the legal precedents that's being set. We talking about a Lifetime movie that's setting up criminal charges. Like, I don't know, man. I'm more concerned about that.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary. I think in Chicago they were trying to conjure up something up there as well. They're supposed to be reaching out to some of the alleged victims in the case. So I don't know where this is going, but I don't know, man. We're gonna see how it turns out. That was like a curveball right there. I didn't expect that one, you know.
Yeah, it was funny because I seen it come through a couple hours before, and I knew we were going to do the podcast. Like, man, I gotta ask this question right here, and I'm definitely posting this shit because, wow, you hear this and it's so confident. Then everything that he says, it's like, yo, all right, yeah, that makes sense. They gonna make money from it. That makes sense. The fact that R. Kelly didn't sue, and we talked about on a podcast a couple of days ago, JonBenet Ramsey's brother, who the young girl who was murdered at age 6. They did a series on him on ABC. That man just got $700-something million from suing them because they defamated his character and things like that. So if he could get that, you can't tell me that R. Kelly, when they're using his likeness, his figure, and destroying basically his whole everything that he's ever done, you can't tell me that he doesn't have a case here. Now, with all that being said, what do you guys think about the whole sexual cult thing and him being able to manipulate? Because we all know what the Pied Piper means. We all know the history behind the Pied Piper. But we also know that a lot of the women involved in the sex cult are of age. So speak on that. Speak on the sexual cult thing and the whole Pied Piper theory in that regard.
Well, I was talking to my wife about it, and she was saying that, you know, that when he was growing up, he didn't have control over his sex, over what happened with him sexually. So that stunted his growth. It's stunted his mental growth. It's stunted his mental growth up here. So naturally, when he got into a position of power, then he would want to exercise some sort of control over someone sexually. And so he's trying to live that out, and he's going to continue to live that out and live that out and live that out until he can work that out through some sort of process.
Right, well, that's very interesting, man. You know.
Yeah, it's some sort of process. He has to work it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that, man. I think it is a psychological issue. I do think the women are of age, and that's just his cup of tea. That's just his cup of tea. If that's what he likes to do, and he likes to have a harem all around the house, that's interesting.
What do y'all think about Aaliyah? Because you know, she kind of was getting around back then. Dame Dash, Timberland, Jay-Z. You know, then the rumor came out that Jay-Z supposedly took Foxy Brown's virginity when she was in her teens. What, y'all hear about any of that stuff? What y'all think about all that? The Jay-Z, in particular, Foxy Brown, and it's the whole culture of that.
I think it's normal.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's normal. You got the culture of living in the neighborhood. Chick is single. I'm single. Well, we both acting like we single. Things gonna happen. When you bring the element of music, it happens all the time. It still happens. It is not nothing new. And that's what I'm saying. It gets blown out of proportion with this whole media aspect of it. But I think that is quite normal. I think it happens a lot in those music circles. I think it does. I don't think it's as rare as people think it is.
Yeah, my grandmother used to always say to my cousin, "Don't be out there being fast." Cause we know these little fast ass little girls, you know, and they call it being fast when they was 14, 15 years old out there running around, you know, being fast. So, you know, I think now as we talk about it, I'm sitting here thinking like, all right, I wonder how many black women are gonna see this and they're gonna say, well, how come ain't no sisters on the panel? How come ain't no sisters up there talking about it? So, and it's yeah, man, I could go on.
What do y'all brothers think is do you think 18 is the appropriate age? What do y'all think? Like, cause Darren, earlier you were saying that you think it should be even across the board, like the age of consent. In your opinion, what do you think is the proper age of consent? What I should say for both of y'all.
I would say I'd have to go with 16. That's just because that's the state that I live in, and that's, you know, that is an age where people get a driver's license. They get the chance to get behind a deadly weapon, which is a vehicle. That's when they get driver's license, you know, and all that stuff. So that should be, if they can make that decision to get behind a vehicle to something like, you know, yeah, it should be